A massive pile of human and animal remains suddenly appeared in a small town on the border between Germany and Poland. Since the bodies included both German and Polish nationals, both countries quickly dispatched agents to assist local authorities with the investigation. What baffled investigators was that all the bodies had been drained of blood, some completely. After examining the remains, they found that the deaths spanned nearly 50 years, leaving them unsure whether this was the work of a serial killer or a sinister organization. As police scrambled for answers, one corpse near the top of the pile, its left cheek torn open, suddenly came back to life. The man was rushed to the hospital for emergency treatment. After hours of effort, doctors managed to bring him to brief consciousness. Because his mouth was torn and he couldn't speak, police asked him to write down any clues. But instead of words, Danny drew a strange symbol on the paper. The officers were confused by the symbol and didn't get the chance to ask more. Danny died moments later in his hospital bed. Meanwhile, Hannah returned to her childhood village after claiming to see her deceased younger brother at a train station. 20 years ago, she had seen his body with her own eyes. But if that person was really her brother, maybe the one buried back then wasn't. Driven by doubt, Hannah dug up her brother's grave. Since the authorities were collecting DNA from the remains in the corpse pile, she figured if her brother's DNA matched any of them, it would prove she had been wrong. She collected bone samples, and while her forensics lab coworker was off duty, she secretly took their ID badge. Disguised in a lab uniform, she snuck into the corpse site. It was the only place with DNA testing equipment fast enough for immediate results. She loaded the sample into a testing container, confident she'd have answers soon. But just as she was about to leave, a large group of personnel suddenly entered the tent surrounding the corpse pile. Something unusual had happened. Curious, she followed them inside. And there, beneath the cleaned up remains, everyone stood in shock. A metal door had been uncovered at the base of the pile.